Okay, let's take a look at how to actually use the copy and apply. Once again, another powerful feature inside of Capture One that allows you to speed up your workflow. So let's take a look at this first image here. This has been processed to a great looking black and white image, in my opinion, based on what the content of this image is. Now, if I wanted to use the processing from this image to maybe a similar image in the same shoot, I would just basically, and for our purposes, I'm just using a variant to show it. You guys can see that this one is a color shot. But basically, I can go in, press the copy button here, which of course is Command Shift or Shift Command C, and then I'll just click that, and then if I want to apply it to another image, it would be basically here, which is Shift Command V. So I could go to this image here, Shift Command V, and it basically applies everything that I'd done to the previous image. Now, what makes this kind of really powerful is the ability to go in and do it in a more unique way. Let's say, for example, I want to keep this in color, but I want to apply some of the processing from that black and white image. If we go up to the tool tabs and we go to style, you will notice that we have what's called the adjustments clipboard. The adjustments clipboard is everything that I just copied that has been applied to the image. So as I'm looking at this and going and looking at what's going on here, I can go in and say, okay, let's not copy over the black and white. Let's not copy over any of the layers that have been plugged in here. Where are the layers? The dehaze and the stylish. So we'll go ahead and turn off the layers. But now everything else in here is selected. So now if I go into the image and I apply this to this image, it will process the image as a color version of the black and white. It'll use the same crop and a lot of the other tools, but except for it didn't use the black and white adjustments that we did. Now, if we go back to this image again, we'll copy it. Let's say we want to convert this image to a black and white. We could go in, and if I just basically don't pay attention real quick and I say go ahead and apply, it actually applies everything, including the layers where I had created this stylish thing going on here, which doesn't really work for this image. So I would want to basically go in and make sure I turn off the layers and then go ahead and use these settings to go ahead and convert this to a black and white, but without actually going in and putting in those layers. Now I would go in here and do more localized adjustments, but at least the style of the way I was doing black and white processing to the image has been applied across the board. So that's kind of a cool thing. Yeah, so a very functional tool, and you can, sometimes you can actually go in and apply that same thing. So for example, I've got these two images here. I could select the both of them, and while they're selected, once again, I can go ahead and say apply, and it basically converted both of those to black and white using that same adjustment. And then I would just go in here once again and do localized adjustments to these images. All right.